To be or not to be. Yeah, it's been a really long time since I did Hamlet, so I don't even know if that's actually the right thing. Happy spooky season. Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Brie and this is For a Positive Book. Welcome to the first weekend of Halloweekend. This is a readathon that is put on by Lexi over at Books with Lexi, and it is a spooky themed readathon, but it only happens on the weekends. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It is Thursday the 2nd. And it's weekend 1. So this has a whole board, like a little house that we are trying to explore. We're trying to find the ghost. We're trying to get all the equipment that we need, and we'll spend each weekend in one room. So last night I went ahead and rolled. I wanted to see what my first book was going to be for the afternoon to see if I needed to go put a hold on it or anything like that. So let's go to the board. Okay, so here's the board. Like I said, several different rooms, and there's different prompts. There's different numbers, everything, you know, yeah, everything's associated with a prompt. So I've got my little ghosty. Obviously, we have a football ghosty. It's football season. So he's going to be our little player, and we're going to roll a 6-sided die. Cool. 1. Love that for me. Love that. Love that. Okay, so I guess we don't have any choice as to where to go then. All right, so that was a really quick roll, but it's going to be a fun weekend. We're going to try to get to the little equipment, and we're going to try to get the ghost. That's like the hard mode for this, but like, why not, right? So each prompt has either a book prompt or an activity prompt, and I'm gonna kind of go back and forth depending on how we're feeling, that kind of thing. But it also has to match the color. So each room has a theme to it. And so the theme for the library is creepy. That's pretty broad, pretty vague. I think we can do that. And so the prompt for the space that I landed on is a book that a booktuber recommended. Last night I thought I was going to do Small Horrors by Darcy Coates, and this one specifically hasn't been recommended, but like Darcy Coates in general has definitely been recommended. But I was watching Kayla from Books and Lala, her new horror vlog that came out recently, and she talked about Spread Me by Sarah Gailey. Now, this book has been on my radar because the premise of it, the concept of it, sounds amazing. It's kind of like a parasite and like some like mind control and things like that. It sounds phenomenal. However, I've never given Sarah Gailey more than like 2.5 stars. And I've only read 2 books from her. I read The Echo Wife, and I read the Western one. I can't remember what it's called. This one right here. I didn't love them. And most of the time it was because I wanted more from the book because it was so short. And so I'm worried about that because this is also a pretty short one. But I still really want to try it, and I think this is going to be a really good book to like kick off the weekend because it's short, it's a novella, and the audiobook is on Spotify. It's included with my premium membership, and so I thought, well, let's just try this. Let's read this, and then that way, like, if I like it, great. If I don't, I didn't like spend an audio credit or anything like that. So that's what we're gonna do. There are kickoff sprints happening, oh gosh, in 10 minutes. So I need to get ready and do that. I'm gonna join Lexi for a minute, for a little bit, and then we have football tonight. And then tomorrow is Taylor Swift Day. Technically tonight is Taylor Swift because I live in Mountain Time, and that means that at 10 o'clock the album drops. And so tomorrow I will talk to you more about Taylor Swift. I do have a ticket to go to the theatrical release thing. I don't even know what it is. I was just like, oh, Taylor's gonna be in theaters, let me go buy a ticket. And I did. So we might go do that tomorrow. That's the plan. It's Taylor Swift weekend. I don't really have any other plans. Oh, tonight's football. Did I say that already? But my team is playing tonight, so I'm not gonna be on sprints for too long, but I thought I would, like, you know, show up at the beginning to like celebrate. So that being said, I'm gonna go get ready, and and by that I mean get out of my work clothes. And I'll chat when I have some more to say about Spread Me, which, like, that title, I don't know, it's uncomfortable. I am uncomfortable about that title, but I think that's the point. Good morning. Happy Taylor Swift Day. Happy October 3rd. It's October 3rd day. It's just a lot of things. It's a millennials day also. Please peep The Life of a Show Cat with Marie from Aristocats. I don't know, I haven't had coffee yet this morning. And I stayed up way too late because I listened to the album when I, like, as soon as it dropped, which is 10 p.m. for me, so it's like not the end of the world, but initial thoughts. It's not my favorite. It's not the style of music that I tend to prefer, but if you think about it, like, it's glitter gel pen, which is like, she has like different eras, like different styles of writing, and she talks about it in being like, it's a fountain pen or it's a glitter gel pen, and like just how the feelings are. The fountain pen ones are always my favorite, so it's like, it makes sense that this one isn't necessarily a favorite. However, I love that she's in love. I love that she's happy, and there are some standout songs. There are some songs that are going to be bops. I really love The Fate of Ophelia, which is the first one. I like Wish List. I just feel like it's just really happy, and it's sweet. And I love that, you know, because, like, you know, if you've been a Taylor Swift fan for so long, you've seen that she has, like, gone through, like, you know, throughout everything she's gone through, she's always wanted that true love, that love that feels safe and secure. And, you know, she thought she had it for so long, but she didn't. And so now that she does have it, it's really cool to see that music come out. So I love that. I love that she's happy. I love that, you know, that's coming out in her music. It's not going to be like a favorite for me, but, like, I think even Tortured Poets took a while to, like, grow on me. So I think I will like it. So yeah, anyways, as far as reading, I'm only about 50% of the way through Spread Me, and it's a weird book. Like, I didn't know you could ever be, like, sexually attracted to a parasite. It's weird. But it is, I don't know how I'm feeling about it yet. I don't have a ton of feelings about it. And I think that's how I feel with a lot of Sarah Gailey books, of, like, I really like the concept. I like the idea of it, but it just never goes deep enough. Like, I just don't know. I don't know these characters enough. And that's okay. Like, there's some authors that just, that's just not their style of writing. Like, they don't, I don't know, like, it's just, some people love this book. Like, there are some people that are screaming about this book from the rooftops. So it's okay, but, like, for me, it's like a 3-star right now. But I'm gonna finish it today. I am working from home. I need to make some content. I am going to the Taylor Swift thing tonight. It'll be interesting because I'm listening to Spread Me on Spotify, and so every time I open up Spotify, I'm like, do I listen to Taylor Swift or do I read my book? So we'll see which one wins today, but we are gonna try to finish it. So I just wanted to, like, pop in and say good morning, hello. I need to wake myself up. And you know, that new album might just do it for that, because it's a bop. What are you thinking now? Tell me about yourself. If you believe in love, I don't want nothing else. My voice is a little bit gone, as one might expect. I will, however, say that going to that film, I think, made the album that much better. I think that it, like, just added a little bit more depth, because I think at first glance this album feels a little shallow, a little silly, which is not a bad thing. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you're coming off of Tortured Poets, which is, like, you needed a dictionary to understand, this one felt very different, which she told us it was going to, right? Like, it was, she told us this is a pop album. I don't know why people are upset that it is a pop album. I don't understand. However, I think I have a definitive ranking of my songs. Will it change by next week? 100%. If you don't care, skip ahead a little bit, and then we'll talk about Spread Me, because I did finish that. But let's talk about Taylor Swift first, because that's the only thing on my mind. Okay, I have a note. This feels, I love doing this. I did this for Tortured Poets. I did this for Midnights. I think I've done this, like, probably since Folklore. Have, like, gone in and, like, you know, 24 to 48 hours after, I go in and I, like, make a note of my favorites. Okay, so number 1, Father Figure. Here's the thing. I saw this TikTok that said something like, we thought that Eldest Daughter was going to be our song, you know, us as the eldest daughters. And I do love that song, but we are claiming Father Figure. I protect the family. It's okay. It's alright. Okay, so father figure, wish list. That's a controversial one. Most people don't like that one. I just think it's a happy, silly love song. And I'm here for that. So that's great. I don't know. I like seeing Taylor happy. And I also can like relate to those songs. So I like it. Then the Fate of Ophelia. It's just a bop. It's just a bop. It's the one that's stuck in my head right now, partially because of like the music video and all that, but it's the one that's stuck in my head. Then Eldest Daughter. Then Wood. This one, like the first time I listened to it was like one of my least favorites, but the more I listened to it, I was like, you know what? You are hilarious and I love you. This is great. And I cannot wait till Monday night when the Chiefs play, and I really want Joe Buck to like make a mention of Wood. Just somehow, because I know Joe Buck is a Swiftie, he's a dad. Like, anyway. Then Canceled. This one grew on me, especially after the little note that she did before the song on the film. But I really like that one. Then Ruin the Friendship. This one feels kind of like the grown-up Big Sister Part 2 to, like, it feels like it belongs on Fearless or even Debut. But yeah, it kind of feels like, I don't know, Teardrops on My Guitar, or, I don't know. It feels like the grown-up, like, Part 2 to that song. It's got a country feel to it. And I don't know. I enjoyed that one. There's hardly any that are skips on here. Then Opalite, which I know is, like, most people's favorite song, and I feel like is going to become the, like, Shake It Off. And I don't really like that. Then Honey. I like Honey. It's just one that like tends to, I forget about, right? Like it's fine. Although I do like the message behind it. Then The Life of a Showgirl. I do love how those two sing together. The actual song itself feels boring. But like their voices scratch a brain itch for sure. And then my last two are actually Romantic and Elizabeth Taylor, which like are a lot of people's favorites. They're just boring to me. They're not like skips per se. At least not every time. I have to be in the mood for them. So yeah, that's my ranking. If you don't care, that's cool. We'll talk about books now. But if you do care, if you are a Swiftie, let me know what your favorites were. I don't know if you have a full ranking, sure. If you have like top 3, top 5, let me know. Because I'm always curious. Because I feel like mine is very different than most people's. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. But let's talk about Spread Me. Still a weird title. I am giving this 3 stars. This is a book. This is a book that exists. I still struggle with the issue of like, I just want more. I feel like the concepts of her books are so good, but then the execution lacks so much. I feel like we never really got to know our characters, and so then when there is times where like they're like, we have to sacrifice ourselves, we have to we have to die so that this parasite dies with us and we don't infect the rest of the world. It wasn't devastating like it should have been. Right? Does that make sense? And I think like with a full-length novel, we would have seen that because we would have seen backstories, we would have seen like character development and things like that. And I just think that like that's just not what Sarah does, and I just need to realize that Sarah Gailey is not the author for me, and that's okay. That's okay. But I'm gonna give it 3 stars. It was fine. I'm glad I read it. I'm glad I read it before I bought it because I really, really contemplated buying this book. But I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like it. But it just, like, I really wanted to like it, if that makes sense. Anyways, that's the update. Let's go pick another book. So let's go over to the board because we've got some work to do.
What are you thinking now? Tell me about yourself. If you believe in love, I don't know nothing else.
Alright, we had to make a little circle, go around, but we got to the equipment. So we've got our light, we can go now look at our ghost. And the prompt for that is to read a book with a light on the cover. And I know what I was like, yeah, I should have gone with a Darcy Coates to begin with. So we're going to rectify that. And I'm going to read The Haunting of a Blackwood House. This is one of the few haunted house stories that I have left from her. And it does have, well, first off, it has like the moon in the back, but it also has like one light on in the like upstairs attic thing. And this is one of her haunted house stories. How long could you survive? As the daughter of spiritualist, Mara's childhood was filled with seances and scam mediums. Now she's ready to start over with her fiance, far away from the superstitions she's learned to loathe. But her past isn't willing to let her go so easily, and neither is Blackwood House. When Mara and Neil purchased the property, they were warned that ever since the murder of its original owner, things have changed. Strange shadows stalk the hall, doors creak by themselves, voices whisper in the night, and watchful eyes follow her every move. But Mara's convinced that she can't possibly be in danger, because ghosts aren't real, are they? So, here's the thing. Her haunted house stories are always really interesting. There's only been like maybe one that I didn't love. Gallows Hill, honestly, was my least favorite of hers, like of the haunted house stories. But for the most part, I love her classic ones. So I think I'm gonna like this one, but we'll see. We're going to start this one. I am gonna read it on audio because I do have some stuff today. We're gonna be cleaning out the basement, but that's the plan for today. And I'll talk to you once I know some more about this book. I'm doing a phone clip and I definitely forgot my car tripod in the car. It's fine. Don't worry about it. But hello. Hi. It's Sunday and I have not updated you that much. However, I'm about 35% into The Haunting of a Blackburn House. I keep forgetting the title of this book, but I'm having a great time with it. It's very like quiet. It's very contained. It's about this woman who is like basically trying to renovate this house, that she got a really good deal on the house because it's a serial killer house, and then also it's haunted, but it's not haunted. That's the whole thing, right? And her boyfriend is kind of religious, which like makes a little bit of an interesting relationship dynamic to it, because like he doesn't necessarily believe in any of that stuff. Anyways, it's kind of like, it's good. We're getting to the point where it's like just starting to get a little bit creepy. Like now it's just been like those couple of things that she has seen, right? Like she ripped the wallpaper off of this one room and there's just writing all over the wall. This is our house. This is our house. This is our house. And so like that's kind of a little bit frightening. Just a bit, you know. I'm having a great time with it. Like, I mean, it's Darcy Coates, right? It's very classic Darcy Coates, where it's like the atmosphere is a character, the world, the house itself is a character, and so I'm enjoying that. So it's Sunday morning. It is 10 o'clock. I have 1 hour before football starts, and I'm gonna go grocery shopping. So we're gonna do this quickly, and I'm gonna listen to this book while I'm there, and then I think the rest of our like little activities, I think are gonna have to be like the rest of our moving through the room is gonna have to be an activity, because it's Sunday and I am not there yet. I haven't even found the ghost yet, so we might have to do the activity prompts instead of the reading prompts, but that's fine. It's fine. All right, I'll check back with you probably when I'm finished with the book, because I don't know if I'm gonna have like that many more thoughts. Hello, hi. Guess who did not do nearly as much vlogging and or reading this weekend as I had planned? That album really got into my brain and I kept wanting to listen to that. That's fine. I did finish The Haunting of Blackwood House. I finished this one last night, but it was like really late, so I didn't want to come on here and talk to you. So you know what? Happy Monday morning. This video is going to probably come out tomorrow, and I figured I would come talk to you. When I came to you last time, I was like, I'm having a great time. This is great. And then the more that I was in Mara's head, the more I just wanted to punch her. I don't know. She's a very unlikable person. She tends to like make every wrong decision, make every decision that a normal person wouldn't actually make. And I know that that is like a characteristic of a horror story, specifically a haunted house story, but it wasn't even like the haunting part of it, the ghost part of it, where she was making dumb decisions. Like her and Neil, just like every time you're just like, oh my god, he is trying to help you, and I understand you're trying to be a, you know, a boss ass bitch, and it's not working because you're just looking whiny and like entitled, I guess is the word. I don't know, it grinded on my gears a little bit. The actual story, pretty good, but I think I'm gonna give it 3.5 stars because it's not like, I just didn't like her. I didn't like her. And that is one of the things that I've noticed with Darcy books, is that like if I don't like the character, we start to like disintegrate as far as like my enjoyment of the book as we get farther into the book. The concept, the world starts out really cool, but then like as you're more in her head, it's just not as fun, not as enjoyable. And then the ones that like I do really like the characters, I really like, my enjoyment of the book goes up, right? And I think that's actually like a benefit to her writing. I think that's something that like you can tell that she really like, she writes good characters, but if you personally don't like them, it's going to affect your entire enjoyment of the book. Does that make sense? I don't know. I've only had half a coffee this morning. I don't know that I am necessarily coherent. It's fine. It's fine. So 2 books read this weekend. That seems a little scary that I like didn't get as much done as I wanted to. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Let's talk about how the rest of the weekend went though, because I was like, oh, well, I have to get out of here. I have to find the ghost. I have to, you know, do all the things. So I decided I was going to do like the activities for the rest of it as I was finishing this book. So next roll, we got to prompt 5. And so it was like read a book that was picked with a spinner wheel. Didn't do that, but it says or watch Halloweekend reading sprints, which I have had on all weekend. And then I was actually like on sprints with Lexi on Thursday. So we're counting that. And then I went ahead and did one more roll. So at least we get closer to the door. We went past the ghost, and the prompt for the ghost is to either read a book that you can spell skull on the cover or get a spooky book. So maybe we'll like, I don't know, maybe we'll just have to go to the bookstore and get a book because the prompt said we had to. It said get a spooky book. We'll see what happens. Well, I'll come check in with you next week. But then I got to number 14, and that was to eat or drink a fall themed treat. And yesterday, it's kind of a football tradition. We don't do it every week, but we have, like, once it starts getting cold, we start making pumpkin chili, which is super, super simple. I am a lazy person's chili maker. I'm not like an aficionado, but I do ground turkey. So I made a pound of ground turkey, browned it, and then put it into the crock pot with 2 cans of beans, whatever your preference are. I did kidney beans and chili beans. And then I did some diced up onions. And then the like little kicker is a can of pumpkin puree. Make sure it's not the pumpkin pie mix because then it'll be very sweet. But it's just like the 100% canned pumpkin. And then I just do like, you know, chili seasoning, things like that. And then a little bit of cinnamon and nutmeg to make it a little bit more like fall. Sorry, the sun is like coming through the tree. And I opened my window this morning to get a little bit of light. So anyway, very simple. And then we got some like fresh sourdough bread. And it was delicious. It was so, so good. So I think that's where we're going to end. So technically going into next week, we have the option, because of where we're sitting, I could go into the bedroom, or I could go into the dining room. Is that what the orange is? Yes, the dining room. So in the yellow, which is the bedroom, is intimidating books. And then orange is scary books. So depending on what kind of mood I'm in next week, you'll have to stay tuned. We're going to do another vlog like this. Maybe it'll be more entertaining. Also, I apologize that this lighting is just not doing great today. Not doing great right now. But yeah, I don't know where we'll go. Because the original plan was to go into the bedroom. But now that I'm looking at this map, I could very easily just go backwards and then end up going out the yellow room. I'm not sure which one I want to do. We'll have to see. You'll have to see next week. I promise next week will be more interesting because I won't have Taylor Swift on the brain. And then I am hosting the sprints next weekend, which is super exciting. Anyways, thanks for hanging out with me this weekend. If you are participating in Halloweekend, let me know a book that you read this weekend. What room did you start in? Because I feel like a lot of people started in different rooms, which is really cool. If you're not feeling chatty, do the mirror ball emoji because it's the life of a showgirl. It's fine. I'm okay. I'm perfectly okay. If you want to know what I'm doing this month, I'm going to put my TBR and like kind of my plans. It was a TBR, but more was just me talking about plans for the month. I'll put it right there. If you're new here and you have not yet subscribed, there's a little button you can do so down below the video. If you'd like to hang out with me more, the links to my Instagram, my Goodreads, my Threads, and my Patreon are linked in the description below. We are doing a Patreon themed readathon all month long where we are going trick-or-treating. So that's really fun if you want to hang out there. Thank you for watching, and I will see you later. Bye!